Good morning. I'm waking up early and I'm getting some food prep done. It is Sunday, so it is my official first day of the week. I know for a lot of people, this is the last day of the week, but for me, it's the first. Personal choice just works better with my life. Make your coffee. Get your ingredients ready for my first one. Just spices. This morning, we're gonna make a double batch of the no oil baked tofu. So I currently have my tofu wrapped in paper towels. Now this crazy kid's gonna come see. Good morning. Good morning. Say good morning to that. Good morning. No. So I currently have my tofu wrapped in. Okay. I currently have my tofu wrapped in dish towels. And the most important thing when you wrap them up in the dish towels is that you press them under some weight. So of course I'm gonna start my very first food prep video, and my son is gonna come and but you know what? I think this gives a little more accuracy as to what it's like being a mom and trying to stay fit and healthy and get all your stuff done, right? So for this, we have nutritional yeast. It's expensive, so if you can find it 50 off, we stocked up. Turmeric and a mind fart. Remember to always have black pepper with your turmeric to make curcumin, and that's what activates the actual anti-inflammatory properties of the cumin or turmeric. I use granulated garlic. If you use garlic salt, just omit the salt that we're gonna add. And some really nice paprika. This is all I have left of a trip that I took to, I think it was Morocco where I got this. And it was like, you can see, it's like the reddest of red paprika you'll ever see in your life. Like literally it stains your fingers and it's almost gone. Okay, so I'm gonna get my tofu out. So it's kind of back here. I've got 2 tofus underneath the blender base. We have a Vitamix, so it's like really, really heavy. And I have this giant yoga book that I put on top of it. And then I just tuck them into a corner. So they've been pressing for like 10-20 minutes. You can do it like up to a half hour. Personally, I find with the Costco tofu that we buy, because it actually is firm, I really don't need to press it that long. I used to use the Rooster brand, and it's really, really cheap, but it crumbles a lot. And depending on what it was under, it would like squish in all these weird directions. So Matt started buying this Costco tofu, and I just prefer it so much better. You get like four bricks in a package. Okay. So now we just need to cut it. So I don't know if you can see me. I'll move my camera. So how I like to do it, 1 slice down the middle. Never actually goes that perfectly. Okay. And then I'll leave them stacked on top of one another. Hopefully you can see it. There we go. And I'm just gonna go cut across even squares and then flip it. Even squares, okay? I personally prefer my tofu pieces to be a little bit more on the smaller side. Just find when you cook them, then they get a little crispier. Oh, so I'm not gonna put those in just yet. So I'll go over the spices with you guys first. So this one is based on a double batch, okay? So we're probably gonna go about, depending on your preference, and there's always gonna be a little bit of leftover. You could go as little as 4 scoops of nutritional yeast. Sometimes I'll go upwards of 6 for the double, but lately with this tofu, I find I only need about 5. Then you're gonna take a tablespoon of the granulated garlic, or you can use garlic powder. Another thing that I also used to typically put into this was onion powder. I used to use onion powder. Don't worry, Isaac's already disturbed the video. And then a tablespoon of turmeric. I keep wanting to call it cumin. I don't use a tablespoon of the paprika. Probably ends up being more like half a tablespoon. And then lots and lots of black pepper. Salt, I wouldn't go much more than a teaspoon. And you're literally just gonna stir it all up, all mixed up. The paprika always has these little lumps. Oh, and I should also show you my cumin from Jordan. I got this in the Middle East. Oh, so beautiful and gold. Never seen cumin or paprika such deep, beautiful colors since going there. So, now you can see it's all mixed up. And you're just gonna start to toss the tofu in. Chop up our second block. Hey, this one's actually went well. Again, making sure they're even sizes, whether you like them really, really big, really small, kind of in between. I could probably use a container that's a little bit bigger than mine, but I do find that this one works fine. Seal it up, and we're just gonna shake it. Now you have this perfectly dusted tofu. So you're gonna put the oven to 400. I always start with a minimum of 20 minutes. Sometimes it goes as high as 30 or 40 minutes, flipping sometime in between, just until they're kind of like crispy or to your preferred texture. So I hope you enjoy. Post your videos or your pictures when you're done making yours. Foundations first, baby.